Hi, Josh here. Today, we're working on a claw for an excavator to move scrap around.
The plan.
The plan? I actually have one this time. Alright, so here's the plan. I know, it looks messy, but there's a lot of information here. Now, if you're wondering, the reason why I made a plan this time instead of just doing it in my head is because of all the math involved. I knew I wanted so many inches of it open, and I didn't necessarily need so much clamping force, but I knew I wanted it in a certain range. And the only way to do this was to get the whole thing designed out so I knew how long the claws were and what type of cylinder to get. So let me remove some of this stuff, and we'll start from the starting point, which would be a good spot to start. I can't see. See, my camera is actually kind of blocking the view, which in hindsight may not have been a great spot to put it. Okay, so what color is that? Oh, it was gray. Anyway, this is kind of what I started out with. This, from there to there, that's about where I wanted to open. And from here to here is about how big I wanted the claws to be. Now, I don't have it, but from there, I just drew straight lines to figure out what type of force I was dealing with, how big of a cylinder I would need, how far away from the fulcrum each the other end that's not the claw would have to be in order to get a certain force. Now, if you're wondering how to do that, it's just simple levers. That's not it. I really wish they could name them. Ah, here's the claw. Open. See, that should have been second. No. There we go. Claw is closed. So I just kind of figure out where I wanted to, I wanted the claw to look like. Just kind of used arcs. Now, this is the fulcrum. This is where the ram is supposed to go. I believe, no. Oh, come on, where's green? There's green. That's my ram. Doesn't need to be perfect. Anyway, here are the jaws open. So that's how I know how far I need how big of a ram I need, how much of a stroke I need. And from there, I don't know what the rest of the stuff is. Oh yeah, that's, that would be the distance from fulcrum to the, ram, so I can calculate, I know the ratio between the fulcrum to ram and fulcrum to tooth. This is how I calculated the force, which I don't have on hand, unfortunately. And then there's the rest of it. So as you can see, mostly junk. I need it at a time, but I just didn't delete it when I was done. Now, claw. We're still to cut out the claw, I needed a plan, because I wasn't going to freeform anything. So this is my plan. Yeah, I know, it's a bunch of circles. This is actually what the claw is made out of, and I think it's still back there. Yep, it's still back there, see? One circle for the outside, one circle for the inside of the claw, and another circle for the top part. Now, because it's just simple circles, I was able to do this and then transfer it over to template, which is what will be coming up next.
Igor, get my wrench.
Yes, master.
Okay, so we're starting out with a piece of wood to make the template for the claw tooth is what I'm calling it. I don't know what to call it. And I actually have it on my tablet, but for your viewing pleasure, I also put it on the screen. Why not? Okay, so I marked the center of the first circle that I'm going to trace out. No, that doesn't look right. That one does look right. That's the red circle. I goofed the yellow circle. No way, I goofed the red circles. Sorry. Right now for the yellow circle, which is the inside portion of the tooth. Nice thing with the tablet is I can do the math there, not in my head. Right now it's the smaller yellow circle, or the head of the tooth. Or would it be a nail? If it's a claw, a finger? I don't know. Also, I'm making the template a half-inch smaller all the way around because my plasma cutter, which if you didn't know is how I'm cutting it. How would you know? I didn't tell you yet. I'm cutting it with a plasma cutter. I subtracted a half-inch from all dimensions so that when I run the plasma cutter around, it'll be perfect. Now I'm cutting out with a jigsaw. Use a jigsaw because of all the bends. You could try a circular saw, but I don't think so. Now, because the wood isn't very thick, well actually it is pretty thick plywood, I think it's like 3/4 plywood, but it's not thick enough that I could hold the plasma cutter to it easily, so I'm cutting out a second one, which I will screw together. Which is what I'm doing right now. Who drove on this wood? There's a tire track right there. Or, yeah. Alright, it's all screwed together. Now the edges are a little rough because they're just screwed together. So what I'm doing is I'm sanding them down to make it nice and even. In case you're wondering, I'm in my basement. This is more my dad's domain. Which is why I'm wandering around aimlessly looking for sandpaper. Maybe this one fits. Nope, that's not the right size. This one? Nope. Ah, that one. Nice 80 grit. Cuts through it like a hot knife through butter. Which doesn't make any sense. Wouldn't it cut through it like a cold knife through hot butter? That would cut a lot better. It'd be like cutting through, or a knife through water. That would cut really well. So, why did I cut out a template? Well, I'm going to be cutting out 4 of these things. Plasma cutter cuts well, but it's a little shaky. So it's really easy just to clamp the template to the metal and cut it out. I can knock them out really quickly instead of trying to trace it out and cut it by hand. Not to mention, if I cut it by hand, it would be shaky. We don't want that. We want precision. Okay, so now it's time to cut out the claw, and I'm cutting it out of 1/4 inch plate steel, which is why I just put it on the table. And it's heavy, by the way, in case you're wondering. So now I am putting on a fitting on my plasma cutter because it wouldn't fit on the stand I just got, and I guess I decided to do it now while I'm making a video. I don't know why. I should have done it earlier. Did it? Done it. Anyway, got that all done. So now we ready to plasma cut. Let's just clamp down this template and start going. Well, first put on safety gear, then start going. Let's cut this. All right, let's cut it. I said let's cut it. There's a safety that broke. I gotta yank it out of the handle so I can actually pull the trigger, because it decided to break when I was making a video. Oh, what is up with this plasma cutter? I think it might be a camera hog. So now we can cut. As you can see, the template makes it go a lot quicker. So that's done. No, almost. I gotta drill 2 holes for center point and center point of hydraulic cylinder. Just marking them so I have reference later. Now I did this not once, not twice, but 3 times. Yeah, at the end of it, I was kind of annoyed. Boy, this is a scary picture. 3 of me. Ah, make it stop! Make it stop! Take it away! Please, take it away! It's too scary! You're torturing me! Oh, thank you. Thank you. Now that the teeth are cut, it's time to cut the side rails. These side rails will give the jaw its rigidity. It will also stabilize the teeth. There will be one on either side, so the tooth won't twist as badly as if it was just one on per jaw. Anyway, let's get cutting. Wait a minute. What happened to my shirt? Now, I'm not using a template for this. I'm just using a piece of angle iron as a guide. Now, the first cut I just made is for the width of, or the length of the rails. Now I'm cutting the individual rails out of this piece of 1/4 inch steel. So 1 down. Yep, you guessed it. 3 more to go. So that's it for this video. As I stated before, at least I think I stated before. Oh no, that was yesterday. Hence the shirt change, by the way. Anyway, this is a multi-part build, so expect further updates or further videos coming up. It's probably only like a 3 or 4-parter. I'm still working on it. I just had to get videos out so I could clear out my NAS. I filled up a 1 terabyte drive. So please subscribe so I can pay for my 3 terabyte drives. Watch more of my videos. I got some uploaded. Anyway, if you subscribe, you'll know when the other episodes come out. So that's another reason why you should subscribe. Anyway, do you know I have a Twitter, Instagram, website, and email? Yep, they're right there. See? It's new. You like it? That's why I also don't know what side of the video it's on. That's why I'm shooting this a second time. So I pointed over there. And that's correct in my camera, but when I recorded it, it was wrong. It's over there. And I need to stop hitting my mic. Sorry about that. Anyway, that's it for today. Oh wait, more builds. Well, my claw, obviously. A coolant tank for my lathe. As you'll see in the upcoming video about the claw, I need one badly. Gets a little hard to breathe when you're spraying that much WD-40 on a hot metal. Also, I don't know if I told you this, but I'm working on a super heavy-duty camera stand for the garage. I'm hoping to get that done sometime this year. Anyway, that's it for today. Thanks. Bye!